F1 in 2026 is going to be a little bit different, isn't it? It's, yeah, it's very different. The 2026 F1 season is nearly upon us. Testing is done, and that means it's the perfect time to check out some of the best testing memes. We simply must start with this one, because as I tweeted at the time, this might end up being the best F1 clip of 2026, and we're only in February. But I think this honestly could be the clip of the year from this season. This is straight out of The Office.
Now, some teams have tried to get the start sequence changed for the 2026 racing season, but that apparently has been blocked by this team, Ferrari, who don't have to rev the car for as long.
I'm not going to play the full clip because FOM will probably nuke this video, but he goes on to rev this car for 20 seconds, eventually gets underway.
Now,
that initial face is golden. And then for me personally, it's the bafflement, the absolute just... I just cannot...
Now...
Sam Collins, you are a treasure to F1 TV, by the way. We're on my Twitter, so we may as well just continue quickly here and just show you the things that I've been picking up on. The Red Bull, the downshift spamming from the F1 game circa 2011-2013. It is back IRL. I'm sorry. He is getting all the extra rotation there from the old F1 games. It really is. And then this... I mean, this might be my best banger of the preseason. Codemasters punching the air right now, knowing they need to animate this just for the Ferrari in F1 26 DLC.
Between the upper plane and the lower plane.
They're like, I can't believe this. Can't believe Ferrari have done this. But now moving on to the traditional Reddit poster from mainly Formula Dank, of course, the place for F1 memes. It's over before it even started. I remember this, the Ferrari launch, and, well, it wasn't actually a breakdown, but it certainly looked like one. They were just actually peeling in, but it honestly looked like they had broken down on the very first day. And ironically now, the Ferrari's actually been one of the most reliable engines and has done so many laps, to be fair to them. And the Ferrari hopium is real. Alpine doing everything except working on their car. What's going... Oh, sure. Yeah, I was going to say, surely this is for TikTok or something, or some sort of content. What is going on? Listen, if Alpine have the slowest pit stop known to man, cut back to this clip. Ahsoka Turbo. Oh, that's a good edit. That's a good niche reference, that. Introducing... Oh, you know what? I didn't think of this. The Spinala wing. It is the Spinala wing. The wing goes Spinala upside down. I found the fix to the charging problem. Oh, it's revolutionary. He actually might be onto something here. Just rear wings of solar panels. Why stop there? We could have the entire front end be a solar panel. This is Jeremy Clarkson levels of genius. Sometimes serial killer's genius. It frightens you. Jenny from the engine block. $50 and I'll do anything you want, baby. Okay, cool. Do you know how to build a gearbox, please? We're desperate over here, okay? It's disintegrating. Oh, Aston. I'm sure there's going to be memes coming down the order, but can we just take a moment? I can't believe and if you were around as well, back in 2015, I can't believe those of us who were watching F1 for that long can say I was there twice to see Fernando Alonso being sent into clinical depression by a Honda PU. Someone tell Newey, why doesn't he read his own book of how to build a car by Adrian Newey? Is he stupid? Just read your own book, mate. You've literally written how to make a car. Just write it. You need to have written a book how to build an engine. Maybe did Enzo Ferrari write a book of how to build an engine? Maybe pass that on to the Honda lot, you know? Maybe how to build a battery that doesn't, you know, not deploy properly. My fellow Tifosi, we have a reliable engine and possible start advantage. Is this our year? I mean, every year, you guys say it might be your year. But maybe this is it. Okay, maybe. You're coming up with random rear wings. The engine's reliable. There's some speed to it off the line. You know, Hamilton had that crazy 9-car overtake, but more importantly, that was a bit, okay, maybe the other cars went a bit slow. The last practice start they did on the last day of testing, as I post this today, Leclerc was 2 rows behind Russell, and he gained up to him to turn 1 to the point where Russell went a bit defensive in the practice start. If he can gain 2 rows, maybe there's something there. I don't know. I want to see it in Australia. They're just Ferrari line up in 6, 7, and they just blitz it to turn 1. Oh no. New Lego sets drop for Williams. The Barcelona Shakedown edition. There's just nothing. There's no car. It's just a box with the drivers and maybe the tyres, if you're lucky. What a life. F1 photographers for the race. For testing, it seems to be on some, like, old-school 1980s camera. You know, in actual testing, we're getting proper photos. The shakedown, that was proper, like, they had private police pushing photographers away. To be honest, some bloke probably had a camera like this, but he was like literally in France taking the photo, and that's why they came out so blurry in the shakedown in Barcelona. The Cadillac is going to constantly look like the front wing broke off. I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice that. I knew they had a split livery, but for some reason in my mind, remembering it, the front wing was fully white. Have they actually done a split livery even to the front wing? Because that, literally looks like it is broken. If you no longer go for a loophole that exists, you're no longer a Mercedes engineer. Toto just firing back at all the griefing and protest letters to the FIA from everyone else about this whole compression ratio. In a new episode of GP2 Engines, Alonso plus Honda, Red Bull plus Honda, a little bit of nice new road, smooth tarmac back to absolute dirt. Battery be like start of the big straight, unlimited power. 3 seconds later. It's actually true. This is actually the most accurate meme of the situation at hand with the batteries this year. I knew it looked familiar. Don't say that. No. We're not. No, it's not a pig. It's not a pig. It's not a pig. This is different. We have hope. This is unfortunate framing. Someone at Sky needs to do better. What the F is a kilometre? Australian GP starts on March 8th. Cadillac in Australia on August 3rd because they're using the American date format.
We fucked up.
Really grinds my gear how an Aston Martin gearbox works. I mean, there was talking about the Red Bull being like this of metallic confetti grinding, but the Aston Martin one is even more shocking because that maybe actually is disintegrating. The Red Bull one seems pretty fine with all the grinding of the gears of the downshift spamming. Bro dropped another 1,000-yard stare and the season hasn't even started yet. Oh dear. At least this was in the season finale. And just after the race had ended. So literally the last point of the season. And this is the stare he's giving before we've even turned a competitive wheel. It is so over. Someone watch this guy. If he's near the top of a building, on a bridge, you need to watch this man. I am worried. People are mad. What a season, huh? It hasn't even started. People are getting so vexed and worried. And there are reasons to maybe be a bit concerned with what we've seen so far in testing, with the racing, with the battery situation. But there's also, for me, a big tinge of this kind of feels like how everyone was talking in 2014. And yes, Mercedes did slap everyone, but in terms of the worries people were talking about the V6, the battery part of that V6 in 2014 and such, it didn't really play out like that. Like it was perfectly fine. There was unreliability, of course. Probably we're not going to get that this season. But it wasn't as bad as people were worrying in 2014. And I think the same is going to happen here again. It won't be as bad as we're thinking. It's certainly going to be different and getting used to. And there will probably be a debate about whether it's a bit too different. Which, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of years and maybe a change might be needed again. Australia be like, oh, is this going to be about the turbo thing? Oh, I actually did my own post about this in a similar vein, maybe to the game.
Formula 1 in 2026 begins when the 5 lights go out. And it lights out and they're still revving. Still revving.
Yeah. I know it.
Just give them a moment.
I tested it out in my game clip.
Nearly
It's a really pesky
Let's have
thing.
a look at the highlights so far.
That's good.
Still
That's good.
revving.
Still revving. So that's where Edge is still revving. Joe was truly ahead of his time. Right, yeah. That's the evolution. It's just take off upside down. I literally just talked about this on the stream actually earlier. According to the Chinese tradition, 2026 is the year of the horse. The fire horse, people are saying as well. So that means it's also Ferrari's year. Hey, I can hear the commentary now from Antics Jakes. Poetry. Last race of the season. It's the year of the horse, according to Chinese traditions. And it really is the year of the prancing horse, as Ferrari come across the line to win the Constructors. Can you imagine how much aura there would be if that comes to fruition? And if it does, clip this and come back. I saw it. The new F1 cars on the straights. And in the corners, slip and slide in the corners on the straight. It's not going to be like that. They're going to have to start clipping to save the energy. So it's going to be a little bit slower than that. Aston Martin died again. Hey, well, this was a day ago. Today, Aston did, on the last day of testing, 6 laps and called it a day. 6 laps and called it a day. Okay. Back in my day, we used to speed around corners. Sure, Grandma, let's coast you back to bed. I like the little let's coast you back, because they'll be lifting and coasting the whole way. Ferrari fried chicken. I saw a similar one where it was having this as a kebab rotisserie, just rotating around. I need to find it. This is it. Hamilton zooming P9 to P1. He's on a mad one. Look at him go. Oh, beautiful edit. Beautiful. Honda's back. Honda is back. The Vietnam flashbacks are back for Fernando Alonso. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Lift and coast final boss. I love Formula E. Me too. And he's talking about the F1 2026 cars. Leclerc and Hamilton with the upside down rear wing on Baku straight. Yeah, they're going to literally take off. They're going to cut the entire circuit. They're going to be going from sector 1 to sector 3. And that's how they're going to set new world records. Too much Ferrari hoping. Last time Ferrari had the best car, it still didn't end well. It still didn't end well. Oy vey. I should say, mamma mia. These are the worst F1 regulations of my life. The worst ones so far. So far. This is true if you've been watching F1 since the early 2000s. It's probably even more true if you're an even older viewer of F1. You've been watching since like the 90s. Honda, when developing an engine for Senna, Prost and Verstappen, getting into it, all the high-tech stuff. And then for Alonso, it's the best we can do. It's the best we can do. Summary of Bahrain testing. This is McLaren's fast, Mercedes fast, Red Bull fast. You got to add a fourth Spider-Man here of, Ferrari fast. Aston, you guys are fast? What? No one told me that we were doing that. They're actually going to do a FIA unveils last-minute Formula 1 regulation change for 2026 to avoid the shit show. Just Lego F1 cars. Honestly, it actually could be more entertaining. Maybe we should seriously consider this after we've seen Australia in the first few races. And then we make a decision. We vote as a sport of which one we would rather want. Conserving battery. Testing a little bit more in there, Liam. Just a little bit. L so big he had to kneel. Oh, no. No. This man did not deserve a Honda flagging. He really didn't, because I think he's clearly cooked up a good car. This is not really like McLaren and Honda in 2015, where their car looked very basic, and the only interesting thing was the size 0 Coke bottle shape. There is lots of interesting things going on in the Aston, chassis-wise and aero-wise. So I feel like it's not like in 2015, where it was probably equally both, the engine and the car. I think this is honestly just the engine. Oh, actually going off what I said earlier, not a solar panel strip on the front, but instead a wind turbine. Going proper eco here with how we're generating this extra battery energy. We are. And that's where we're going to end it today, guys. If you have enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys around. Goodbye.